So there are two possible reasons why you would even consider getting this specific graphics card for your computer build. Number one, because it is 2021 and of course everything is difficult to find. Or reason number two is because you probably have a integrated graphics in your CPU that's been holding you down for some time and you're finally ready to upgrade to an actual dedicated graphics card. This video is tailored to those who are lied in number two. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kobe, and in this video I have you the ideal computer build for your AMD 6600 graphics card. Now, I actually managed to pick up this graphics card on release day at my local micro center because not a lot of people seem to be wanting this card, and I was lucky enough to grab it for about $360, which is only $30 above its retail price. So considering how the market is today, that is not a bad deal. But I figured I would use this build instead of making an actual review for this card because obviously a lot of influencers you have probably seen over the last few weeks talking about this card that it's not really the go-to, it's not really a game changer, it's just a graphics card. And AMD has been smart enough to actually make a card that's a little bit more accessible compared to everything that has come out over the last year or so. So in this video, you see this build right here is what I believe one of the essential reasons why you would even consider picking up an AMD 6600 graphics card today. So without further ado, let's get into the specs. Inside we have a Ryzen 3400G, a 4-core, 8-threaded processor that has built-in Vega graphics that is sufficient enough for light 1080p gaming, but it can be enough for some people. It is based on the Zen Plus architecture, which is a couple of generations old at this point, but it still holds its own. It's paired with 16GB of Silicon Power X-Power Turbine RAM that's clocked in at 2666 MHz. It's supposed to be at 3200 MHz, but unfortunately this system kept crashing it trying to run it at that frequency, so I left it at that. The motherboard is the Asus ROG Strix B450 motherboard. A very simple board with some heavy ROG accents make it a decent motherboard for a simple build like this. We have a 240GB Inland Premium SSD that's used for the boot drive, and a 2TB Barracuda hard drive for game storage. The power supply is the EVGA BR450, a decent but durable power supply and just hits the minimum requirement for the graphics card at 450 watts. The graphics card, of course, is the AMD RX 6600 Power Color Hellhound Edition. This rang me $360, but of course price and availability will vary. And finally, the case is the very simple, basic, but classic NZXT H500. Not much to say about this case, as it has been one of the more popular cases over the last few years. Now, all in total, this build cost me about $900. Obviously, prices go up and down. You really can't find the 3400G in stock anymore because obviously we have the new Ryzen 5600Gs and there are other variants from the Zen 3 architecture. You do see on eBay that there are prices fluctuating anywhere between $150 to $200. So the specs that you see here and the pricing that you see here are based on latest eBay sales for the Ryzen 3400G. And of course, every other part listed here can be found at your Amazon or at Best Buy or of course your Micro Center. So that's about what I paid for this build. It's going to be definitely difficult for you guys to try to replicate this specific build, obviously because of the processor and of course the graphics card. But if you manage to find something around these price points, anything under $1,000 would be more than enough to build something like this. So how well does it actually run? So I tested a few games, obviously at 1080p, because this is what this card actually is going for. Even on the box, it says that it's for 1080p gaming, so I shouldn't expect it to do anything more than what it's supposed to be doing. So I tested 6 games across different genres to give you guys an idea of how well it runs. Now, do remember that there are a couple of caveats already with this build. Number one, the RAM isn't running at its rated XMP profile speed or DLCP, whatever it is for AMD. It's not running at 3200, it's running at 2666. Everybody knows that Ryzen loves fast RAM, and the fact that you don't have as fast RAM in this specific build is a little bit of detriment, so you will see FPS numbers that might be a little bit lower than expected. And of course, since we are running a 3400G and it's only 4 cores and 8 threads, while it is still enough for gaming in my opinion, it is running on an architecture that is 2 generations old at this point. So please keep that in mind when you see the benchmark numbers. Now, with that being said, let's just run the games and you can see the results for yourself. Alright guys, and there you all have it. Those were the numbers. I was actually very impressed with how much performance you can get from a system like this. This was built for the intentions of those who do have integrated graphics on their processor and are looking to finally upgrade to something more dedicated like the 6600, which in my opinion, like I said, does benefit from something like this and would probably be one of the only reasons why you would get this card in the first place. But the numbers are good. Obviously, if you are able to get faster RAM, and if you were to have a higher chip like a Ryzen 5600, you can definitely get more performance on that than you do on this. But considering how the performance turned out in this specific build, I am extremely satisfied. Now, like I said, the 6600 is an incredible graphics card, not incredible because of the way it performs, but incredible in the sense that it's just one of the more accessible cards here in late 2021. And if you are looking to do something like this, just remember that this obviously needs a little bit of more tinkering and a little bit of more love in regards to get more performance out of it. But from what you can see, I guess you could say a semi worst case scenario, the numbers look very, very good. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit like, and also do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.